What's up, gamers, gamies, and gamettes? My name is John, and welcome to a new little dark visual novel that I found on little game. Well, not Game Jolt, but like Steam. Well, actually, a person that I just got interested in, someone that freaking played this game and then recommended to me. And I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. And the guy's name is Anime Hero 204, man. Go check him out on his Twitch, man. He streams a lot of visual novel indie games as well too, and demos. He's pretty chill. It's pretty cool too, man. So yeah, you guys go check him out on Twitch. He does not have a YouTube, but Twitch, yeah. So yeah, this is pretty much all I know. So this visual novel is called A Light in the Dark. It kind of reminds me in a way like Winter's Empty Mask, if it has like a dark tone of it. So I don't really know that much of the synthesis. So I'm gonna see what, I mean, from what I saw a little bit of like earlier, apparently something, you know what, I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm just gonna show it to you guys. So let's get to the story, shall we? A Light in the Dark. This is the demo version. It depends on you guys if you want me to play the full game or not. I mean, it looks interesting, so let's get to it. And I like the background music so far. New game. This world is not fair. There was a saying. The world is one big and intricate machine, with the people as its cogs, and the law as its screws, countless pieces connected with each other in order to operate. Through continuous refining on the top of repeated collapse and reconstructions, modern society is eventually formed. The more complicated a machine appears to be, the more delicate it really is. One loose screw would stop the whole thing. One failed detail would lead to collapse. Therefore, we must be ever vigilant and watchful and remove every single problematic piece. Mommy needs to head out and take care of something. It's so have dinner without me. You can eat whatever you like. What the fuck? Alright, who is Mommy? Alright. If Daddy calls, just tell him I am in class, okay? The laughter of the unknown man, hurried footsteps, a started car engine. Dots. Huh, so Mommy cheated. At the moment I heard the sound of dissonance from the machine. Excuse me. Oh, it was very cold. It felt the freezing cold before I regained my consciousness. It wasn't so much that I felt cold when I woke up, but the icy air itself caused me to wake up. I opened my eyes and only saw darkness. All I could figure out was that I was in a small room. Strangely, I had no clue about the sight in front of me. This wasn't my room, nor the hotel room. My head hurts as if I had a hangover. I tried to stand up to go to turn on the lights, but got no response from my numb limbs. Where am I? The smell of cigarettes and the mold of cringe-worthy sobering up. I finally realized something was not right. What happened to me? A sense of unease appeared in my mind. I tried to calm down and organize my thoughts. I recalled that I was on my way home from cram school. Oh hell no, who the hell these? Well, finally up, rich boy. Who are... An unfamiliar voice rang in my ears right when I opened my mouth to ask. Stamina. Oh, well, I have a stamina bar? Oh shit. Alright, this is something. A foot out of nowhere landed on my stomach, kicking me right toward the wall. I felt my stomach turning and almost vomited. However, all that came out was a fit of a dry coughing. I couldn't stop spasming on the ground. I couldn't think of at all, thanks to the intense pain, but was also too scared to make any sound. Who is she? I have to escape. My body was responding. What's happened? This goes on. Countless questions went through my mind, but before I could talk, I heard that cold voice again. Who gave you permission to talk? There was no change in her expression as she watched me struggle. There was nothing but pure amenity in her eyes. You better be quiet. I have no patience nor intentions to play nice with you. Got that? I struggled to stand up, then came to the shocking realization that my limbs were numb. They were tightly tied up with a rope. I struggled against it, but the rope was much tighter than I imagined. Ah! Oh man, my stamina's going down. Rich boy, don't you understand the words coming out from my mouth? Or do you only respond after a good beating? Bastard! Another kick made me almost scream and curse at her. However, knowing now was not the time to confront her, I gripped my teeth to force myself to stay calm. Anything I said at the moment could be fatal. I had to grasp the situation first. Suddenly, she got closer. Not realizing her intentions, my body instinctively, excuse me, blah blah blah, tried to move away from her touch. Scared? Noticing my slight reaction, she gave me a snort of contempt. The last shred of defiance disappeared as soon as a blade touched my body. There was no chance of victory no matter how I resist. I waited for her next move. All you could hear in the quiet room was our shallow breathing. The tip of the blade moved across my skin, making a small cut. My tensed up nerves were extra sensitive. I couldn't feel the extra temperature of the air, the roughness of the rope, and the sharpness of the blade. There was a certain feeling of warmth from the blood that flowed through the wound and down my arm. Nevertheless, my mind was extremely clear. Kidnapping, human trafficking, organ trade? A few possibilities came to mind, but there was no way to determine which. Since we have to hang out a little bit before I get the ransom, let's make a few things clear. Don't try to run or talk without permission. I don't mind breaking a few bones. Humans are sturdy after all. You hear me? I nodded quietly. I couldn't dignus all the information at once, but one keyword stood out. Ransom. The blade left my skin, and I swore I heard a little sigh escape from her. The sound of light footsteps moved towards the wall. Before I could even feel more confused, a glaring light broke through the darkness in the room. The light. Not able to adjust to the sudden brightness, it took me quite a while to finally open my eyes. What came into view was totally unfamiliar to me. The room was roughly 300 square feet in size. A wall that was meant to be painted was now molted. Its original color no longer visible. Time made everything in the room, such as a wooden chair, desk, or bed, look decayed. The moldy smell in the air was reminiscent of old ruins you see in the movie. Oh, hello, you snarky freaking kidnapper. And there's our kidnapper. Look at that face. Freaking. Well, actually looks pretty good. The owner of the room stood near the window, making a taunting smirk with her lips. Never lived in a place like this, rich boy. The words were clearly provocative. Barren with the burning pain, I tried to observe her through the lamplight. She was a young-looking woman. She wore a dark overcoat and a scarf, her shoulder length, her hair casually scattered behind her back, with her bangs almost covering her eyes. Excuse me. Surprisingly, she did not wear a face mask, helmet, or anything else to stop me from staring at her. She didn't seem to mind her face being seen. She didn't have to have the stereotypically look of a criminal, despite a hint of unease of her emergent face. There wasn't one bit of the guilt within the dark brown pupils of her eyes that were staring straight back at me. You know what? I hate people like you. She was talking to herself and ignored how pale my face was and made no attempt to elaborate. This was not a conversation, but a simple declaration. Who was she? Where was I? What did she want? Why did she do such a thing? You know what? I think I'm going to leave it off right here for right now, guys. I know this is probably a short episode, but this is pretty interesting. I gotta go. I gotta do some more stuff. By the way, go check it out. If you guys want me to do this, A Light in the Dark, this is a pretty interesting visual novel, to be honest. Like, it's out of ordinary. This is like very serious stuff if you think about it. But this is a demo, by the way. But I'm gonna leave it off right here for right now. So without further ado, guys, I hope you guys have a good night, good evening, good morning from wherever from. So peace out and sayonara, guys. Bye bye.